I have several questions that I want you to think about. What is your passion? The thing you think about all the time. What is it that you love doing most, and why aren't you doing more of it? It is so incredibly common that we know what this is, but we will easily let so many things get in the way of us actually doing more of it. Time, money, difficulty, what others think, fear of failure, we often place these barriers ourselves. We let them keep us from doing more of what we love, but the reality is we are the biggest barrier of them all. We have the ability to chip away at those reasons for not doing them, but we won't. If you ask me what it is I love doing most, it's this: going on these adventures with my wife, my best friend, and our family. Yeah, for now, that's our 3 huskies, and yeah, it might seem crazy that we wheel and camp and do these things with 3 huskies and share it all on the internet with you, but I don't care. This is what I love doing most. We had barriers too, but we chipped away at them. We still are. It has been the best thing we ever did. Do more of what you love.
What's up, everyone? We hope you've been well. For the next 3 days, Tracy and I are going to get the opportunity to do a little overlanding and exploring in a place that we have never been, but have always wanted to visit and check out, because it has always just looked like such a beautiful place to be. Today we are in the Ozark St. Francis National Forest. Last night we got in at about 8 o'clock at the southeast corner, where we made first camp here at a free first come, first served campground called Bayou Bluff. From here, we're going to make our way into the National Forest for the next couple of days. We don't really have an idea of exactly what we want to be doing,
but the plan is to have no plan, no timelines, no route that we're following. We're just gonna go wherever our heart desires and takes us exploring in the National Forest.
Exactly. Gaia GPS is going to be our guide, and we're going to follow wherever our interests have been piqued along on the map as we explore around in the Ozarks for the next couple of days, and we can't wait to bring you along. And now, for this morning, what an absolutely perfect way to kick off this 3-day adventure. It is full-blown snowing this morning. And I mean, being a Florida boy, this is such a rarity for me. And yeah, it's gonna make packing up camp very difficult, but I am just so happy to be able to be here today experiencing just massive snow in the Ozarks. What an incredible way to kick off the adventure. But because it is snowing and it is going to probably become more increasingly difficult to pack up, we're going to go ahead and just get that out of the way so that we can get going on some of these Ozark trails today. Okay, so she said if we wait 15 minutes, somebody can be back to fill the propane. Somebody forgot to fill our 10-pound cooking propane tank. It was me. I had 2 days to get Loki fully packed up and ready to go for this big 7-day trip to the Ozarks. It's 2 days driving here, 3 days in the Ozarks, and 2 days driving back. And when we were packing up, we ran into some issues with mounting our brand new 95-liter Roam box. It's the second one on the roof rack. That's where all of our clothing and warm clothes were supposed to get packed for this trip. We realized when we went to go do that, though, we were missing the brackets for them. We just never received them. They're on back order. So we had to come up with a quick solid mounting solution. We have a post on Instagram of how we came up with that, but it's basically using turnbuckles, and I think we came up with a really good idea for it. But we've had to now backtrack out of the Ozark National Forest to the first town of Hector, where there's a farmer's market here where we can get our propane filled. So we're gonna have to do that before we can continue going deeper into the Ozarks for this trip. All right, now that that's taken care of, we can head on out and find some trails. That might actually be out of the way enough. So Tracy and I have been on this trail for a little bit. We have not been disappointed. We are loving the little mountain trail that we've chosen coming down in the snow. We have been working our way down, so Tracy and I realized at some point we've got to work our way probably up again, but we're nearing the end of the trail that we first chose here. And I think for the goal today, our little mini goal, what we've decided on Gaia is we're gonna just work our way northwest into the Ozarks, deeper in, kind of pointing towards Hurricane Creek Wilderness. There's a trail called Hurricane Trail, and it looks like that might be a good place to be looking for a campsite, but we're hoping to make it in that area and start looking for camp around 3-4 o'clock today, because sunset's at 5:30, and we want to get to camp before the sun sets tonight. So we got to keep making our way if we're gonna get there tonight.
One thing Zach and I have been looking forward to about coming to the Ozarks that we've seen in other videos in the Ozarks is this like blue water, and we've come across our first river, stream, not really sure what it's called, but it's that nice blue Ozark water that we've been looking forward to seeing.
So unfortunately, we just went through this big puddle back here, and I think I dropped down on the rock on the backside, but we hit it pretty hard. Truck's fine, but our max tracks fell off the tailgate. We usually have them sea suckered on, so they're just commercial grade suction cups or vacuum mounts, and we have had just the best luck with the sea sucker products, but for some reason right now I can't get any of the vacuum seals to stick back to the tailgate, so we're gonna have to just improvise right now and take a look. I don't know if it's just too dirty, if it's just too cold, but we're just gonna have to strap the boards onto the Gazelle tent up here to keep us going. As for today, there are two things that I can absolutely tell you with 100% certainty. Tracy and I are having the most incredible time exploring the Ozarks out here. Tracy does not like the big inclines and declines, and that's understandable, but we've had pretty good traction all day. The weather is let up, it's just raining now. It's definitely not snowing anymore, so that's good. But the other thing that I can tell you with 100% certainty is that we are definitely not going to make it to where we thought we were, or where we were hoping, to the Hurricane Creek Wilderness area. We're maybe only a third of the way there. So Tracy and I have changed gears to looking for camp because it is now 3:30, and since we're definitely not going to make it over there, it's not worth pushing. The first good campsite that we find is probably the one that we're going to stop at, find camp for the night, get a good start to tomorrow, and try to make it to Hurricane Creek like we originally planned on the next day. Tracy and I are coming to the end of the trail that we've been on, and it's gotten a little technical. We just took this bypass. There's been a couple of these pretty big size little clay mud pits, and we've just come around the corner to what is a pretty big one that we've got to go through. The end of the trail is just past this obstacle here. But we're really not looking for any kind of crazy challenges, but the fact that it's taken us all day to get down this trail and we're right at the end of it, we're gonna try to get to the other side, and then we're gonna hit a roadway where we think we're gonna be able to find camp by a lake tonight. We're gonna check that out first thing, and but first we gotta get past this nasty orange little clay hole. Looked way worse than it was. Okay, so we're actually gonna scratch the lake plan, because right before the roadway where we were gonna get on to go to the lake, we've actually come across this beautiful little clearing. And this is where we're gonna make camp for the night because it's 4:30, and realistically 3-4 o'clock, that's when we wanted to be making camp, so we're right on time. This is a fine looking camp area, and it leaves us off in a good spot to continue on our journeys in the morning. So the rain still hasn't let up. We have dinner made now. We just did some super simple pre-made tomato soup and whipped up some grilled cheese sandwiches to go along with it. We're absolutely soaked. We're freezing. We're gonna have dinner real quick here, and then we're gonna get going to bed so we can hopefully get a nice, good early start back on the trail tomorrow morning. We're gonna leave you guys off here for the night. What an incredible day out here in the Ozark National Forest. We hope you join us for the next 2 days as we explore this beautiful national forest. As always, thank you for watching. Do more of what you love, and we hope to see you on the next one.
To learn more about us and find out ways to help support the adventures, visit our website, sunshinestatebikings.com. And to keep up with our adventures, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Sunshine State Vikings.